Get into the get into the map bans.
Ooh, where's it gonna be? Not Banker Villa, obviously. Consulate Coastline going as well. Still leaves Clubhouse on board, as well as Border, who's gone now. Clubhouse, it will be. Oh, perfect. Revenge match map. This is the map that they played last time they fought, and of course FaZe won. I believe it was a 7-2 for FaZe. So definitely a good map for FaZe.
Yeah, I mean, it's Clubhouse. Everybody knows how to play Clubhouse.
Absolutely.
I like the way the red logos look. Now,
yeah, red on red.
It looks good. But okay, this match should be, and let's see what you think, because I think this will back it up. Should be FaZe just taking it clear cut. It's 82%, so it's actually a little. I think it's a little bit lower. I don't remember the exact percentage from Liquid. I think I want to say it was like 84%.
I think you're right. I think it was like 2% difference or something like that.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. It's pretty much the same idea, right? Like, this should be FaZe taking it, which makes me think.
I don't know.
That it might be Elevate getting a 7-2 over FaZe.
Especially after FaZe just had lost to Liquid, it makes me think, you know, FaZe has some weaknesses too. Then and
yeah,
it's pretty crazy. But I mean, it's funny now how much more the top is contested because of that win we just had from Team 1. Now all of a sudden rocketing up.
They're in third.
Place. Yeah, and now
it took Team Liquid's third.
Now FaZe has to worry about Team 1 to try and get this. And if FaZe lose this match against the bottom team of Latin America, then that just all of a sudden starts to push them out of the running for Japan.
Everything's weird right now. Yeah, everything is weird right now. This should be the lowest hanging fruit that FaZe could possibly find.
Sometimes that's what gets you.
But yeah, if they haven't practiced for it, maybe Elevate shows us that they've practiced just as much as we clearly saw Team 1 did.
Yeah.
Team 1, oh, they rehearsed that match. They went through it
that felt rehearsed.
Several times, right?
Dry running.
They knew what they were getting themselves into. If Elevate shows that against FaZe today, it's possible FaZe are underestimating their opponents, and maybe we get just as crazy a upset as that last match.
Yeah, now of course, since they played on this map before, they kind of have an idea what each other might do, but that's where the mid-round adaptations come in. And if, as you said, if Elevate are well-rehearsed or well-prepared, they could put some hurt on in a similar fashion to Team 1. But at the same time, wins and stats-wise and stuff, I'd say Team 1 are a little bit of a different caliber team than we've seen from Elevate so far. So it might be a little bit more of a long shot.
That's true. I mean,
but you never know. I'm not counting them out.
Team 1 do get their wins. Elevate hasn't yet. So, I don't expect Elevate's first win to be against FaZe. Not really.
No, they're kind of the Zissou of LATAM right now.
But today has been weird, all right? INS lost to MIBR. Liquid lost to 1.
Yep.
Maybe FaZe loses to Elevate.
Maybe. Or maybe we even just
Thatcher ban,
the draw just because.
Let me, oh, a Maverick ban.
Gotta start with the Mav ban.
So,
there we go.
FaZe throw a Maverick ban out there. Will it be a Thatcher ban to double down?
Oh, that would be
terrible.
Yet another, just run around the reinforcements, or heck, watch them leave it soft kind of situation.
Moment of truth.
What will it be? Heartbreacher or?
Oh, it's not a Thatcher ban. We get a match. Ha-ha!
Zofia. A very unusual and uncommon choice.
So I will say that is a weird ban.
It's got to be for tricking the wall, maybe?
No, it doesn't make... Because then they would ban Thatcher. They would 100% ban Thatcher.
Yeah, I mean, you would think so. It's just, I don't know. You never know. I mean, we have to kind of guess. We don't obviously have direct answers till the interview for things, and since we're not interviewing them, it doesn't really matter.
We won't have direct answers.
Exactly. We'll just have to...
We can't handle the truth.
No, we'll just have to make it up as we go. Fake news.
Now, this ban phase was definitely weird on the attacking side with the Zofia ban, but other than that, standard. I mean, straight up standard. The Maverick ban makes sense for other regions. In this region, I would have expected a Thatcher ban, but yeah, other than that, it's pretty normal. I
mean, I like the idea of Zofia bans now that the new deployable shield is in, just because it's like could be strong, but even more so when Goyo is in. Right now, Goyo's not in, so I don't think it's as useful as it could be then, because you have limited operators to take out those shields.
Yeah, Ash and Zofia are probably going to see a spike in play rate as soon as we get to the Goyo meta.
Unfortunately, we're not going to see that cap can though. 6 picked off of.
I wonder if Goyo is going to get some kind of nerf before that happens though, because a lot of people are calling for maybe remove one shield, something along those lines, but.
I don't know. I don't see that happening. Unfortunately, we're already going to go for our first rehost.
Oh, that's fun.
Good start. But at least we don't have to do anything setup-wise other than make sure the sides are correct and the map is correct for the rehost here. Assuming it goes through. Sounds like a game bug. Might have been a sound-based one, too. Ion, unfortunately, having trouble. But hey, if we're going to have a rehost, that's the time to do it. Or even better,
right at the beginning.
Starts, but yeah. We just have to get everyone back into the lobby quickly is the tricky part there.
it won't be quick.
No, probably not. Let's be honest. It generally isn't.
Usually takes a while. You gotta get everybody back in the lobby. You gotta make sure the settings are set up correctly.
Yeah.
And
we don't have Marcio running it over here, so.
Yeah. He's generally pretty swift with that stuff.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I mean, shout out to Marcio though. He has been working so hard. It's good to see him get a little bit of a break because he's doing Challenger League and USN and this. So
he's doing Challenger League on top of the other two?
Yeah, and that's why I'm surprised the observing has been still on point.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't see anything at that point. It'd just be like explosions in my eyes and that's it.
Marcy's great.
Yeah.
Well, one thing, I always, when you're casting something, it's really important that you can actually follow something, like follow what's going on. And it really does matter who's spectating. It's highly irrelevant. Whenever Marcy's spectating, it's just really easy to put together a story because you can see the story playing out right in front of you. It's more like reading a book instead of just making it up as you go. Whereas, like, you don't get that all the time.
No, it helps when he's in like a room over too, and you could give him feedback as well.
Marcy does a great job, and but he doesn't do LATAM. He does North America and Europe for Pro League. So. Yeah.
Well, either way, though, hopefully this will get back in quick. At least we've got the lobby remade. We've got half the players in so far, or a little over half, and more now. So hopefully we'll get back on. And I don't think that was long enough for anything to really be revealed yet. Now, of course, if they want to keep those 6 picks, they still have to do them in the same way. They still have to show the same operator, 6 pick to the same operator. So they don't necessarily have to, though. Let's say that Capcan 6 pick, they don't want to bother with that again. They could just go straight to the operator they ended up with. Pretty sure that's within the rules still. If they don't care anymore. But they probably should.
Well,
do it the same way.
We'll let them play it out how they play it out, right? Yeah. Like we don't have jurisdiction over that or anything, so we're just here to talk about what goes on.
Yeah.
That's our job.
Let's just talk about it.
And speaking of talking about what's going on, nothing's happened yet, so we're going to talk about something else.
All right.
Clubhouse. Basement defense first. That's neato.
Yeah, always good to see. I mean, I honestly think it's a better site overall than Cash because of how teams have been able to do it. But I don't have the stats to back that up. That's more of a feeling where you're like, I feel like it's been more successful, but I could be totally wrong.
Based on your extensive experience.
Totally biased, though, at this point. And it's
anecdotal.
Always been good, yeah. Because people figured out a lot of good ways to fight Cash. But the one caveat I want to say, operator bans, huge on that. Maverick being banned, I do think swings it a little bit more in Cash's favor because Maverick tricking is so good.
It's both. He's good on both sides, though. Because you can Maverick trick the wall, which we don't. Latin American teams don't Maverick trick very often.
Yeah.
So let's be clear on that. I think FaZe and Liquid can and do sometimes, but other than them, not a whole lot of Maverick tricking happening in Latin America. So that's why he doesn't seem as high of a ban rate in LATAM than in other places. FaZe, different mentality there.
Yeah.
That's why they banned it out early. But I got to say, like Basement and Cash both suffer from Maverick's existence.
Yeah, because can't K-trick of Maverick.
Yeah, and you can open up the dirt tunnel as well, silently.
Very true.
So, and there's the Electrocaw's not going to stop you there. So, yeah, he's a very influential operator no matter where you are on Clubhouse. That's why he gets banned here.
And as we always say, if they got a good gun, they got a good gun, too.
They didn't enter the bans in the... Did they not know that you can enter the bans?
I'm not sure if they know, or maybe just we're trying to get it going fast enough, which is not a big deal. So we actually have the ban phase going again. I know you can't see it on screen at the moment, but we're going through the same bans again. So hopefully they do them swiftly, as you can put the bans in the custom, but if they were just trying to get it going quickly...
But that if they were trying to get it done quickly,
I know
they would have entered the bans.
The irony there.
At the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Maybe they forgot. I don't know.
So for those who don't see, Zofia got banned, and now Maestro after Maverick.
Shocker. And then MIRA, I think it's going to be a MIRA ban.
No.
You guys can't see it. I'm predicting a MIRA ban. Wait for it. It's a MIRA ban.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right.
I know. I know. Crazy predictions.
I wonder what operators are going to pick
bans that already happened.
Yeah. Where they're going to play, what operators are going to pick. So many question marks here.
I wonder.
America. Now, of course, I think also the reason we're hesitating putting on screen is just making sure everything goes through okay.
Yeah, because we had to do the rehost last time.
You don't want to jump back and forth between the game and us.
Rehost again, and then it's like,
hey,
we'll load in now, and it should all be the same as last time. So.
Well, they're not going to bother with the 6 picks. They're just going to go straight to the picks.
I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter that much.
No, but I
don't care.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Play it safe.
Oh no, I guess we're going to get one of them. I didn't recall that one. I was too busy thinking of the other one.
Honestly, the match ended so fast that I didn't even catch the operators.
Just the Capcan 6-pick is all I saw. Oh,
okay. Well, Zodokabi 6-pick this time, so that's pretty obviously going to be different for the defenders if they were paying attention.
It's too bad, too, because you can't do as much against the Kaid with the Habana had you known the Kaid was going to be there. But, of course, you have to pick the same operator, so... I guess that's the thing, too, is the 6th pick wasn't necessarily to hide the operator so much as to stop them from countering it.
Is Yuna using a suppressed shotgun on Echo? Yeah, he is.
Oh, boy.
He's using a suppressed shotgun on Echo. That's weird.
That is an interesting choice, and hopefully a purposeful one. You do see occasionally people like go play ranked or something else with different settings, then forget to change it.
That shotgun also is really bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've used it very much, but it's so inconsistent.
I haven't used it very much.
It's so inconsistent, man.
The only person I ever remember seeing run it is on the Habana, the Supernova. You remember was it Waka or someone that was, or Mariu, I think, on Norangu. Would you use it for like the attack onto bathroom on Consulate, the lower floor bathroom, and it was just like, what?
All I know is that it can sometimes work miracles where you just one-shot people across a room. Most of the time, though,
it's Sniper 90.
It is super inconsistent, and you're not getting any kills with it unless they're point blank.
You know what? This is Latin America. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
Maybe FaZe can make it work for them. Maybe Yuna can make it work for them. I mean, Yuna's worked some miracles before. Now, it is going to be a roam, it seems. And yeah, the reason he brought that shotgun, looks like he wants to hold the main stairs so he can allow Ion to Kaid trick the drop down. Now, okay, the reason FaZe banned Maverick instead of Thatcher is that Maverick can just open this drop no matter what Kaid does, right? But Thatcher can be juggled against.
Yeah.
He picked up his electrical when he heard the EMP hit the floor, and he kept it.
Yeah.
And that's one EMP just wasted. Yeah. So really good job there to FaZe. Nice ban. And, well, Elevate's going to have to figure out how to get around that, sorry.
Well, one benefit is you can only Kaid trick one of the hatches here, so the other ones should be safe to open.
You could technically Kaid trick the kitchen one, but it's basically suicide because the floor is destructible.
Oh, you have to stand up on the... Oh, wow. Yeah, that seems like a mistake.
Yeah, it would be too risky.
Absolutely.
So second EMP used. It doesn't look like the juggle's happening anymore, and the juggle's not happening because they don't need to juggle.
Yeah, he's facing the direction. He's like, I wasted it.
Well, it's time wasted is the thing. We're at the halfway mark, and Ion's just like, yeah, I don't need to be here anymore.
I'm good.
And he fell back not just because he doesn't need to be here anymore, but because his teammate, Yuna, who was holding the main stairs, also fell back. So it's just time management here from FaZe.
Absolutely.
Being really good. They're kind of forcing Elevate into a bad spot, and... yeah, it'll be hard to for Elevate to recover when it comes to that. Ooh. Nice impact trick there.
Another denial here. This is going to burn even more time. Now they don't have Armory open, and he can watch that angle. Looking really good for FaZe so far, despite the fact there hasn't been any actual engagements.
Yeah, in terms of utility exchange, FaZe is definitely on top here. This is one boon in the favor of Elevate, though, is that they've got the Buck in kitchen. He's going to be able to do a lot of work, and it looks like the impact tricking's not going to happen 2 times in a row.
Just like with the Kaid tricking, just back off of it, don't get yourself killed.
But that's fine. That's perfectly fine as long as FaZe wins the engagements that are up and coming.
Well, 35 seconds left to make this push. It's going to probably be a desperate drop.
Yeah, there's not really a lot of other choices for Elevate right now, and you can imagine they're going to be very uncomfortable when they eventually go for that push. 20 seconds left here, and, well, it's about time, don't you think, Elevate? Well, there's the first kill of this match as Ion takes down Zion. And Astro, instead of the dirt tunnel, looking for angles, but Mav's actually going to be able to get the kill on the player inside of Arsenal. Deep in Arsenal is the Thermite, and he's eliminated by Mav. That's another one for him. The last player, Cypress in blue, will get 2 before being eliminated by Mav, and FaZe take the first round.
Very convincingly as well. Just good timing, good management of resources, good denial of time on the attacker's part, considering it's like, in theory, time management should be somewhat easy for Clubhouse because the top 2 floors are just abandoned to an extent most of the time. But the fact that they played well, they played back when they needed to, they played aggressive when they needed to, used resources well, it all worked out against Elevate, and Elevate just didn't have the efficiency to do much about it, especially, as you said, with the Maverick ban that came out. So, well played by FaZe. I mean, obviously, they can only play Church so many times, so they're going to have to also be good on cash. But again, Maverick ban, good on cash. So we'll see how things go down. But the Maverick ban combined with the Zofia is interesting in terms of how the cash wall can go down. Because we saw, at least in Europe, a lot of play with that Zofia in terms of trying to fight over that cash wall, trying to use that drone hole to be able to deny it or not. It is pretty useful. You can still just run the Buck, though, and not need the Zofia. If you can just get underneath in the lounge, pop open the floor, you can make it very hard for anyone to kind of bandit trick. There is a bandit in Yuna, so that might be him trying to bandit trick. I suppose you can also try and do it with a Kaid to be a little bit safer farther back, but still, there's no perfectly safe way to deny that wall.
Well, the poise from FaZe so far has been really impeccable. I mean, they've been on point for that first round. It seemed like throughout that first round, FaZe were in control. That was the vibe I was getting from it.
Absolutely, like they were just probably calm. But
yeah, calm, calculated, in control is how I would have described FaZe in that first round, which is actually very unlike them. Usually they're the hyper-emotional, very aggressive, or very passive, but like in a kind of, incontrollable way.
What was the first round?
And they make it work for them, right?
Absolutely.
Like this is not I'm not trying to be derogatory towards FaZe.
No, when you know how to control it, it works.
Yeah, it's a talent for them. But that first round was definitely very calculated,
yeah.
And I'm impressed by that shift from FaZe. I think they're just not willing to make major mistakes,
especially against a team that is so far down below them. There,
they don't want to do what FaZe did against Team 1 earlier. They don't want to sorry, not FaZe, but Liquid.
Yeah.
What Liquid did against Team 1 earlier, where they left themselves open, clearly underestimated, and Team 1 were just on point. They don't want to let that happen here.
Yeah, and that's good on them. They need to stay up at the top, especially with Team 1 climbing up there.
Yeah.
Even more reason to make sure they're able to hold this. Now, of course, it's only the second round, so they've still got to do that. Already a minute burned, though. Nothing open just yet. Oh, nice. C4
wow.
Yuna. And he's even going to switch right over from the trick, but hit the wrong wall.
That would have been impressive from Yuna. Yep. I mean, the timing was perfect. He threw the C4 as the EMP detonated because he knew that there would be somebody trying to lifeline him from the B window, which managed to get a free kill. That is great game sense from Yuna. And then he botched the bandit trick. So that's the first major mistake from FaZe.
Still alive, though, and that's the important thing.
Yeah.
Still have the man advantage. No damage done to FaZe. The IQ being dead definitely helps.
First major mistake, but
yeah,
nothing that's going to... It didn't get punished by Elevate. That's the thing. If it had been punished, then this would be a very different situation. So as much as, whoops from Yuna, at the same time, it's even worse for Elevate because they didn't kill him after he failed his job.
Even more of a whoops for Elevate.
Exactly, yeah. The wall open, Astro is going to have to drop because he's exposed now from the west side. And that garage panel is being opened up by the Habana.
I like that also the Prismas are getting the ping on the player outside, and Astro punishes on it. That's the buck down. Zion also taking a bit of damage as well.
Yeah, Astro low HP though. He's trying to contest garage. This is interesting. I don't think they're expecting this. He might even get a second beautiful shot from Astro as Hell hits the floor. And Lev going into server. He's able to get one for his team. That's nice. Ion gone. Lost a little bit of HP, but not that much. And there's a third for Astro as he rotated down to Oil Pit. He's doing a stellar job of keeping control of Garage despite the fact that his player on Rafters, Ion, is dead. What a shot from Lev! That's 2 for him. The C4 misses. He's got 75 HP. This is winnable. Second C4, unexpected. And FaZe will win the round.
That's why Latin America brings 3 C4s.
Yeah.
Look at that. The train of C4s. What are you going to do at that point? He was so just on it, too, trying to make that work.
Yeah, I got to imagine if FaZe had taken heads-up gunfights against Lev there, he might have won a few more.
Maybe.
Maybe won the round.
But instead, that just little delivery hole of C4s kept them pumping. So that was 2 C4 kills that round. So 2 out of 3 C4s hitting their target. That's pretty good.
Business is booming in the C4 industry for FaZe. Now, Gym Bedroom, the next defense here for FaZe. They've seemed really on point so far, and only a few minor mistakes made here and there, but for the most part, no punishment coming out from Elevate. None. Not until it's too late.
This is where it could get hard, though, but as you said, just the calm and poise that they've showed, that bodes well for Gym as well, because you don't want to get flustered here and move into a position where you're opening yourself to an angle.
Yeah. They did get a little antsy in that last round.
A little bit.
We did see the alibi run out from Garage. That's getting ahead of yourself. That's looking for the quad kill.
That was was when you're already on top of it. You've you've got a ton of it. Like it is 4v1 or whatever.
It is a form of throwing.
It's true.
But it's at that point. I think you earned it. You got the 3K. There's only one attacker left. Sure, go for it. Try and get your quad kill. Didn't work out.
At the very least, it distracted to start throw those C4s out.
It's true.
So maybe it factored in. I don't know.
But of course, this is heavy nitpicking though.
Yeah.
Because it's it's just the fact that FaZe aren't giving us a lot to really to look at in the bad, in the negative column. They're doing so excellent.
Absolutely.
It's just like being on point right now. They got everything locked down in terms of their gameplay for the most part.
After losing the Liquid, I gotta feel like they just made some changes.
Yeah, it does look that way, and I gotta say, I hope for their sake that trend continues. Like they keep that sharpness that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, definitely. Especially being a team that does tend to show up at LAN.
That's true. That's true. If FaZe manages to get to lands, they always do fairly well. But it's not a given, of course, with how close LATAM is.
Of course.
Now, it is a cash roam, a bandit trick on the Jacuzzi wall from FaZe. So pretty standard setup from them. We'll see what Elevate does to try and deal with this. Now, I think it was a Zofia ban, right?
Yeah.
So that means this wall with no Ash being brought is the castle barricade's not going to get opened up. The grenades are going to have to do their job. But Mav could have tricked that. He decided to play it safe. He might have lost his life. So that's honestly, for Mav, it's probably the right call. It's the cautious call. And he gets away nice and alive.
Yeah, I think that was the right play. Just like Yuna did. Just backing away, keep your gun alive, put pressure on them.
That right there from cameraman was scary.
Yeah.
Now, that was a mistake peeking that hallway like that, and it could have been punished by Elevate.
Especially with
wasn't.
It's not exactly a death machine.
Yeah. Cameraman hits his shots, to be fair, but he was exposing himself definitely unnecessarily.
I think they're just trying to keep the pressure on.
Maybe, maybe. Mighty is taking control of the bathroom. That's, well, a great pivot point for the rest of the site. FaZe have little control over their own site. They're playing downstairs with C4 and in cash. But there's actually there's 0 anchors right now. 0, guys.
Yeah, Yuna's like the closest they have at the moment, and he's still pretty far off.
Well, I guess we'll find out in a moment if this is going to work. Hell is on the flank watch, and he's actually doing a great job here as he'll take down Cameraman, and he'll take out Ion. A great double piece there for Hell. You said he needed to stand up for Elevate just to beat FaZe, and that actually might be the case. Lev takes out Yuna. Run in there from Astro. He might be the 3rd victim of Hell as he's not looking the right way. No, Hell got eliminated earlier. Lev, though, planting. Mav's going to have to come up after the C4 was expended. Here's the vault. Might get a freebie here, and he does. One more on Jacuzzi balcony, though, and that's Cypress. Nice angle being played. Not going to be enough from the IQ to get a second. Mighty now in a 1v1 with Astro post-plant, but Astro still alive after engagement. Prone doesn't work for him, and Mighty wins it out in the 1v1. A great round there from Elevate, but just a really weird one from FaZe.
Yeah, playing so far off-site, like they just went off to get a drink, and we'll come back. We're counting our money right now.
I don't know what I just watched, to be honest, because FaZe had 0 anchors. Not, hey, 1 that got picked and then suddenly the side is really open.
It's like they had Mav and he was just like, you know what, I'm good.
0.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Mav at least came back and got a kill after, bailing off on the potential bandit trick. But it wasn't enough. He was traded right after. And just, the trades went back and forth with enough in favor to be a 1v1 there. And Astro he was reloading at the wrong time. First off, and that's what cost him. It's like he peaked while reloading, and that wasn't the play.
No matter how you look at that was FaZe throwing the round away. I mean, we give him so much credit for the first 2 rounds being perfect, and then suddenly,
It was Jim. It was Jim. If they could bring it back here in church, that's okay.
It was Jim, but honestly, Jim is winnable, man.
Oh, for sure.
It just, they weren't playing in the site.
Getting a little confident.
Overconfident.
Yeah.
Well, good job to Elevate. Hell, also, by the server rack.
Elevate is what they're going to change the name to if you can show up.
I seriously doubt it.
I seriously doubt it as well.
Yeah. All right, basement defense for FaZe. They were really good here the last time they held this site.
I can imagine, though, this gives an opportunity for Elevate to change up a little bit of the strategy, but honestly, there wasn't a ton they could do necessarily to counter the counter hatch opening that was going on. There is some elements of it. Sometimes timing can be what you need to do, but if that timing involves having to waste 2 EMPs to stop the Electric Claw anyways, that's not really any benefit. It's the kitchen hatch they might be able to do a little bit more for. But looks like FaZe are also potentially roaming a little aggressively again with Cameraman. If he sticks that. Could also just try and buy some time and then move back, but you got to be careful that you don't get pinched doing that or cut on your rotation. Got to make sure you have a clear path back. Otherwise, you could again be throwing to Elevate and giving them free picks early on in a bomb site where giving away free picks is not the play because playing on site is very important, especially once those hatches start getting open. Yuna, again, playing with that Supernova. Just going to be holding an angle on the main stairs like you were talking about before. Hoping he can get something. Elevate, though, might not fall for it. See Ion just setting up that first Electric Claw.
He's not going to trick it this time. He's just going to throw it.
He knows they know, so fair enough.
It means that the Echo on the main stairs can play a little bit more passively if he doesn't have to hold the stairs for his teammate anymore.
Stay back.
All right, so blue drop getting opened up here by Elevate. FaZe now have to worry a little bit more about how they choose to defend, considering that's open. Dirt tunnel held by Astro. Don't know why. Okay, back to the action. The cameraman now worried about potentially a drop from Oil Pit, and that is definitely a possibility, but he's got to also be cautious of the drop down above him since it's open now. Arsenal drop not tricked. I couldn't quite tell. Didn't sound like it was tricked. Sounded like it was a successful open. It's hard to really tell.
Well, this is giving a huge amount of time to Elevate that they didn't have last time.
Might have been tricked, as Astro has used one of his impacts. It looks like it's intact.
Yeah, I couldn't see the angle on it.
Yeah.
No, intact.
We'll find out at some point, I guess.
Yeah. Once we get it over there. Fortunately, they can't hear us to adjust the spectator view.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be droning in here to see Astro, the Legion, who will get the drone. Still has a trap for him, so he'll have a slight advantage, but the flash is coming in to push him off the angle, and the nades as well to double down, but that's not going to be anything useful. Flashes again on the last angle. He's got support from his teammates behind him, but the nade this time might actually get the kill, and yes, it will. But it obstructs Ion, who gets one for himself. Ion doing a great job with this DMR, but he misses the last shot, whips out the pistol, and lands that. It's come down to a 2-on-2, but Elevate such an HP disadvantage, and they will lose it out to the last two FaZe defenders. Another one for FaZe. Looks like we are also going to have another remake.
Well,
we were having a fast day.
Yeah.
FaZe said, let's pump the brakes on that one, guys.
That's exactly what I was going to say, pump the brakes. It certainly is what it feels like.
Slow it down, guys.
Right, well.
Slow it down. It's been too fast.
Well, slowing it down is what was working out for FaZe. The nice thing about FaZe that round, though, too, towards the end, is even when it was a 2v2, it was a desperate situation for Elevate because they were both in blue. Diffuser was all the way across the Arsenal room at the edge of Dirt Tunnel where the Kite had dropped it from the kill. So that was very difficult to recover from at that point, regardless of the manpower.
Definitely, definitely.
Bummer for Elevate, but they're putting up a little bit more effort that round. They were trying something different. They went for the push through Dirt Tunnel. And we did see Astro playing it last time, but they didn't try and push it this time. He was prepared for it, just not prepared for that last grenade.
It didn't work.
No.
But it was a cool effort.
Yeah.
I got to imagine if the Buck had been able to land his shots after the nade detonated onto the Kaid, who was playing inside of Arsenal, then we might have seen a different result in that round.
Very true, because then Diffuser would have still been in hand as well.
Mm-hmm. And then they would have dirt control. They would have been able to use that to actually pressure into Arsenal and probably maybe being able to take that round. But you didn't play out like that.
Nope.
Just didn't. So, such is life. Sometimes it just doesn't work out the way that you want it to. And Elevate feeling the burn on that one. Though, for the most part, I mean, they're not out of it yet. We've seen some close rounds. That last one was a close round, and Elevate did salvage that one.
At least they've got one round, although that was very close as well. I still feel like, it's a lot of skin in your teeth kind of things, and I don't feel like FaZe is feeling as much strain as Elevate is.
It was a close round, despite the fact that FaZe was practically throwing the round away, because they had no anchors. One C4 below and no anchors. One C4 is not enough.
No, 3 C4s may be enough for Latin America.
I've seen that work on Gym before, where people play 3 C4s underneath by bar, pool table, and they will deny the plant for the whole round with 3 C4s. That is a thing that happens.
Have the intel to pull it off, or at least the game sense and timing to do it.
But one, nah.
No, it was, let's have everyone over in cash. Like, no one pushed cash. You're not going to retake through one doorway and maybe logistics swing.
So it's an odd strategy from FaZe, but that's the only loss they have. So all things considered, still a comfortable place for them. Being on the defense side, Clubhouse, of course, still maintaining that advantage, and they should be able to turn that into quite a lot more round wins.
To be fair, though, with the Maverick ban the way it is, Elevate also will have some advantage on their defense as well, but they've got to get there with as many attack wins as they can, so of course that they're not hugely down and have to try and come back against such a strong team. That might be pretty hard, but any attack rounds I feel like they can get at this point, hugely beneficial to Elevate on that switch. Because, of course, they get at least one round on the switch. And I guess 2 because of the fact that they won a round. So there is that. FaZe, though, don't look like they're breaking too much of a sweat just yet.
Yeah, for me right now, I mean, FaZe are playing really on point. But for me right now, all I'm seeing is some nice tries from Elevate, but just not enough of that. They don't have enough punch. We saw that unfortunate loss. Again, the bot coming through the dirt tunnel, he had such an opportunity there, and that would have been the play to make the difference in the round, but just didn't happen. Set up perfectly, just didn't happen.
At least he's going to feel good that he got the kill in Astro.
With the nade, yeah. He opened things up for his teammates, to be fair. But just wasn't enough. We saw some really good play from the Kaid as well. So that individual play was...
Switching to the pistol and getting one shot off is all you needed at that point. That was...
Yeah, I mean, it's 2 shots from the pistol or 2 shots from the shotgun.
Yep.
It's a powerful combo in that you can rely on both weapons.
Yeah, Kaid has some serious firepower.
Oh, yeah. As an operator, I think he's one of the... he has one of the fastest TTKs. That's the really big thing, is that shotgun kills faster than most guns.
And both guns are all about you just have to hit your shots really well. Like in terms of...
Well, every gun, I guess, is you just have to hit your shot,
Very true, but in this case, like, that's even more a determining factor because the fire rates aren't the fastest, but they're fast enough that if you just hit 1 or 2 shots, that's enough.
For me, that shotgun is just, like, easy mode headshots because you're not actually getting headshots, right? It doesn't kill as fast as headshots, right?
Like, yeah.
But it's 2 shots to the body, and you can shoot as fast as you can click, so it's basically easy mode headshots. It's like, yeah, it is. It's easy mode, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen 2 clutches with like a 3K from Memorial from Kaids over time. Like, it's just been like, they'll just bam, bam, bam down that tunnel, and it happens quite often because, like you said, it doesn't take much. You don't have to be pinpoint accurate. You just have to hit a body a couple times and not run out of ammo first. Either way, though, of course, it's going to take a second for them to refill all the information. This time, of course, they actually have to. Not sure what the cause for the rehost was, but Latin America is very aggressive about calling for rehosts if there's any problems. Like, immediately, the remake, just on the chat. Yep. Very aggressive about it.
Yep.
They want those remakes. They do not want to play with any kind of downside.
Again, the day was going too quickly. That was the problem. We were 7-2, 7-2, some fast matches, and FaZe is like, nope, stop, not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
But they're also winning their match pretty one-sidedly right now, so
maybe they'll speed it up in that sense. It could still be 7-1.
7-1, 7-2.
Could be.
If we're going for the 7-2s every match day.
That's right, we're going for the collection again.
Yeah. Last match of the day, make sure 7-2, it's gotta be.
Yeah, hopefully you're hearing this.
That'll be Ninjas in Pajamas versus Black Dragons, so it's probably not gonna be 7-2. But
I don't know the way NIP have been playing.
They've been playing really well, yeah. But I mean, you can't count BD out.
No, I'm definitely not. I'm just like, but they've been like, when the teams are playing strong today, they're playing strong today.
Yeah, they certainly. FaZe is doing really well. I mean, there was other than that one round, which we're just gonna stop talking about because it was hilarious.
Hopefully, they're also gonna pump the brakes themselves on like throwing and getting a little cocky, getting a little over.
The what the heck strats, maybe just like with the less of the what the heck strats. So if you're wondering what's going on, guys, we are waiting for one person. I guess maybe some kind of issue with loading up on the game.
Yeah,
whatever it is.
Might just be a computer reboot. You know, happens when you gotta reboot the computer and
it
takes time to get everything loaded back up again. Gotta watch all those intro screens and it takes time. Hopefully we'll get back in though, and looks like they're just kind of waiting on it. And I imagine at this point though all the settings have been put in. Because could you imagine if we had to go through the ban phase again somehow?
That would be weird.
Yeah, that would be weird.
I know they did the round inputs, so I imagine they had to have done the operator bans.
And that's what I wonder is, like, I've never tested it where, like, if you don't put in the operator bans, but you put in the rounds, then it's just you skip the ban phase and
I don't see it as likely that that's, like, going to happen, but maybe. Maybe.
You know, we've had crazier things happen, but it would just be like, oh, well, we all have to remember the bans, then no one accidentally played them.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. All I do know is that still just one person that we're looking for, and then once we get them in, then we'll get right back into the match.
Could you imagine if Elevate lost now just on one person not being able to come back on time? How unfortunate that would be.
Well, I mean, you know, with they don't usually call that very often. Yeah. Like you've been.
Yeah, we've given a lot of time to people. I mean, not personally, we're not
us,
admins,
but
like,
the admins usually don't disqualify on time. It happens.
Yeah,
it happens.
It's like if it's a power outage and they're not getting
like they can't play.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's just one guy who can't connect right now, so it'll probably be like we just wait for upwards of like just for however long it takes.
Yeah.
But that's the admin's call. But I've so rarely seen like one guy not be able to make it and then disqualified. I mean,
the exception I guess would be Vitality during the qualifiers for Raleigh.
Okay, I didn't know.
They had to forfeit because of one guy not being able to connect.
Really?
That was a tough situation.
Yeah, that is tough. I mean, and they've been playing pretty well too because they could have.
Well, they had beat Fours, I believe, and then Fours was coming back and then that gave Fours the win.
Oh man, that must have been dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. But well, it doesn't happen very often, but it does happen.
Yeah. It's just rare, thankfully.
All I know is this lobby, which has just been hosted up, is at like 22 minutes. So it's been a while now. I think at some point they should start giving out. There might be some warnings. I don't know. That's the admin's decision. Like
let's hope we're not sitting here for 22 minutes looking at the screen.
Well, we've been here for 8.
It's a good start.
Yeah, we're getting into that role.
I mean, to be fair, that some of that took time to just get the settings back in, but now that's not the excuse.
It's weird that this is happening because the person that hasn't connected is not on the team that was calling for the rehost. So this is like kind of
so it's probably not the problem with a person with the problem, but they might have also had a problem.
We rehosted, which generated a new issue, and that's what we're trying to overcome right now.
Yeah, it's definitely not great.
It happens though.
Yeah,
it does.
Well, either way, this has been a pretty good match for FaZe. Elevate have had some potential, but the way things have gone so far. Now, like earlier, we would make predictions, before the matches and then being surprised. Now that we're kind of midway into one, I don't think we're gonna see that surprise.
No, it doesn't seem like it. It seems like FaZe is gonna be able to lock this out. They've been on point right now. Of course, again, that one round, the hilarious round, but it's done now. So move on, and I guess as long as FaZe doesn't make that kind of those kinds of mistakes anymore, hey, whatever, they're gonna win.
I mean, you have to keep in mind
it looks like that right now.
If they keep winning their defenses, of course, they go back to Jim again.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to play Jim that way.
Could you imagine if instead of throwing Jim, they decide to play Bar? Just like...
Yeah, I don't think so. But I just think when they get to Jim, they're not going to play like that. I think they'll play like much smarter.
Fingers crossed. Could you imagine if they did, though, and it worked out really well, and we were just like, that was the idea behind it. We're just fools.
No, I was watching that, and it was just...
Try to give them benefit of the doubt.
Because they had 3 people by cash.
Yeah.
And then the plant was going in, and right when the plant was happening in Gym, 3 people by cash, 1 C4 below.
Like, we'll get there.
And there was one person helping the guy with a C4 below, but he didn't have a C4, so it was just 1 C4. The C4 went off, it denied the plant, and then another person came in and was like, I'm going to plant now. And then they're like,
what do we do?
What do we do?
That was our thing.
And then a bunch of people died by server, too.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It was kind of messy.
Kind of messy. But it did come down to 1v1 still.
That's true. That was the funny thing, is that while FaZe lost that round, they could have won it. Yeah. It was a close one, for sure. So how you been lately, Devin?
Oh, yeah, not too bad. EU was a little bit of a long one, but this is...
Was it good, though?
This was going quick. Oh, it was certainly good.
The match is good?
Yeah, absolutely. Those of you obviously didn't see it and are just watching now, it was pretty good. Especially, I'm not going to spoil the results, but G2 vs Empire, very good match.
Not going to spoil the results. Or I was going to ask you how that...
I think we already said them anyways, probably.
Well, yeah, probably. And the lead-in for today. But, yeah, I was asleep, trying to get ready, well-rested for this one. So, I missed them. But, how was that G2 Empire match? Besides just really good, what happened?
I was impressed to see G2 very much playing on point. It was definitely down to some close calls. But overall, if we see that G2 some more, might see them at Japan.
Really? You think so?
It's a long shot because I think it probably depends on some of the other results, whether or not that's possible. I never try and do the math on it because I know I'll do it wrong and then just look just as stupid as not knowing.
Somebody always does the math on it when we start getting close to the end of the season. I mean, right now they're in 5th. They got 16 points. So, 16 points. They're two points behind Empire right now, so it could happen.
Well,
but, hey, guys, we have a break for you for 5 minutes, so we'll see you after that.
Go to the bathroom. 3, and go. Oh, hey, we're back. Sorry.
We have no information for you, and we're throwing to a 5-minute break. We'll see you in a bit. Bye. Hopefully soon.
Hello again, world.
Welcome back.
We are just waiting patiently to find out what the conclusion of this will be. There is, I suppose, the possibility there could be a sub. If that comes down, hard to say exactly. We are waiting on official admin decisions here on what's going to go forward and whether or not we are going to get cracking with this match or just call it.
So it's been about 30 minutes, just about, right? Something like that, 25 like maybe. So we're just waiting to see what everybody's saying, what the people in the positions to make calls are saying. But it looks like they are asking if everybody's ready. So I think we're going to be playing with that's a sub, I think.
Yeah.
So looks like the last player on Elevate couldn't make it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't read Portuguese. Maybe you're doing a better job of it than me.
Nope.
I imagine. No.
Nope. Lots of question marks there. So
I can read that.
We don't really know what's going on. We're just kind of piecing it together based on what we can see, and what we can see is just the lobby. Other than that, we don't have any actual information to work with. So what I can tell you right now is Elevate did not have their fifth for the whole time.
Yeah.
One of their players just wasn't making it. So now it looks like they brought in a sub.
And it could be, I would imagine, a legit sub because it's got the Elevate tag on his name.
Yeah. So well, I mean, it would have to be a legit.
Unless
sub.
he literally did it right before this. I have within my 30 days, I can do it.
Yeah. No. So this is definitely an interesting turn of events here for Elevate.
This is not going to benefit Elevate's chances of coming back, I don't think, though.
It is. If we actually get into the match, because I don't know what's going on right now, but if we actually get to play, then
there's a lot of R's coming out.
Lots of readies, yeah. People are saying ready. I assume that means we're good to go in. Then we will be able to officialize the fact that Elevate are playing with a sub, because they've got a sub in the lobby right now. I'm not going to say who is missing until we actually get in, but yeah.
Time ticks down for them, but it does seem to at least be going in one particular direction, which is a good sign.
It'd be nice for them to get a chance here.
Yeah.
As much as FaZe have been really one-sidedly winning this match, so it would be cool for Elevate to have a good chance at winning this.
I can only imagine how that would feel for FaZe if the sub comes in and all of a sudden just Elevate wins. Very unlikely scenario, but
maybe their sub is just that good.
Yeah, he's just I'll carry you guys, don't worry.
Again, we'll officialize the sub, and
situation,
his name and who he's replacing if we actually load into the match, if they commit to that. But as about right now, we've been waiting for a little bit 30 minutes. So I think maybe they're waiting on admin decision.
Everyone said they were ready, I think, so it's just I'm surprised we haven't already started the match yet.
I have no reference to work with here, guys. I'm as
obviously we can't hear
out of information
admin, so
as you guys. Yeah. So we're just kind of waiting for them to make decisions.
A lot of R's, and not a lot of pressing S or space or whatever it was to start. So just have to wait patiently. I mean, I would love to see Elevate at least play well, given the situation, regardless of how it turns out, but
they're talking about Poland.
Well, that's interesting.
They're talking about us.
Oh, no. We don't even know what they're saying.
They said Polonia. And unless that means something different in Portuguese. Don't know. But I do know we're still waiting. This is the second lobby we've been in, and the room's going to expire. So they're going to need to make some decisions pretty fast.
Yeah. Just a waiting. It does take time, of course, to make decisions, and who knows what technical issues they were running into. If they're running into, I can't imagine a player was just like, I'm bored, I'm going to go not play anymore. So it's probably some kind of technical issue, but
I know what that meant.
Mm-hmm.
You know that one? You catch that one?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Well,
spicy.
We're just waiting for them to make decisions. There isn't a whole lot to talk about. Honestly, to fall back, to fall back on the match, there wasn't a whole lot to talk about when it came to the rounds. So I feel a little bit bad about that. But we've seen some really clear-cut ones from FaZe. We saw that one round where FaZe made a lot of missteps, and I don't want to keep hammering away at that because we already talked about it. We fleshed it out.
Oh,
all right.
Possible start here.
The match has started.
All right.
So I assume that means we're going to play.
Hopefully not a false start.
No, they said he said go in the chat, so I assume we're committed.
Oh man,
at this point.
Something in the settings. I'm not gonna be happy.
No one will be.
Ops are banned at least.
Ops are banned. The round count correct. It's 3-1 FaZe, and we wait for the final decision. There's the transfer.
Right.
All right, so we're gonna play it, and there is a sub, as you can see.
Ramalho.
Yeah, and he is gonna be playing as he's the coach. Apparently.
Oh well, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right.
Doing a gotcha move there.
To be playing instead of Lev.
All right, that's unfortunate. Lev was doing pretty well for them, but well, you got to do what you got to do. Zion getting a 6th pick there from the Lion to the Capitao. Again, not banned.
So clearly Lev was having some issues launching his game or something like that, or
unfortunate.
Whatever the case be, he can't get in, so the coach filling the spot.
Well, you know, sometimes it's worked out. It's worked out for Dizzle. It's worked out for Gotcha. Kind of worked out for Ranger once.
Oh, yeah.
You just never know. Coaches sometimes can play. That's why they're there.
Yeah, as a coach, I think you need to understand what it's like to be a player. So it's
it's good.
It's good to know how to play, because you got to put yourself in their shoes sometimes.
Also, I imagine it's easier to listen to a coach that knows what he's talking about from experience.
Oh yeah, of course. So we FaZe up 3-1.
FaZe up.
Well, they are up. Yeah. 3-1. And they're going to be going to a cash defense. We'll get back into the roll of things as this round plays out. We've got a bandit being brought. No, Kaid here. And with the Thatcher in play, it means the wall is likely to be opened up pretty quickly, especially with the Capitao, too. He can firebolt deny the bandit. So the lack of a Kaid for FaZe is definitely going to be detrimental. We might see if the rehost was enough for Elevate to actually start making these rounds go in their favor.
I'm sure it cooled off FaZe quite a bit.
Oh, certainly.
So I guess there's that. And luckily, it was the Thermite player who needed to be replaced, and that is an ideal role for a coach to play. He can play back a little bit.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be super aggressive. As long as he knows how to do the timing of getting things open here correctly against Yuna, not a big deal.
Yeah, of course, again, Lev was really hitting his shots.
That's true, though. There is that. Firebolt could come out here as well to try and deny this. Looks like that's going to be the play without the Zofia. There we go, and that is going to allow them to open the wall here with that Thatcher. And there they go. Wall gets open. Coach does his job. And progress made. A minute burned, but no one lost. No damage yet.
Slow going here on this server take. But that's a good job there from the coach to make that happen. Right. You were right. He had to know the timing. He did know the timing. He got the wall open.
Looks like Astro, while he was playing the Alibi again, is not going to be the aggressive one in Garage. No, he actually is down there. Ion is just rotating. So Astro again taking a lot of damage, again dropping Oil Pit, and I got to imagine again going to rotate around up blue stairs. So maybe they could cut him off if they know that.
Yeah, Astro had a really good run last time FaZe were on cash defense, so his ability to get kills is very important. The fact that he's on low HP is going to make that a little bit more complicated. Cameraman takes down Zion. So a good start regardless for FaZe. Astro goes for a run out, doesn't see anybody. There is a player in lounge on the Elevate side, and he might be able to cut off the rotation of Astro if timed correctly.
Looks like Astro's trying to cut off his rotations.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's unlikely he's going to want to push as an attacker over to the west side right now, but yeah.
Ooh, Ion. Very barely alive here.
Lots of damage taken there, and his cameraman gets eliminated. We've got a lot of lit teammates on the FaZe side. Astro at the bar spotted out. He's on low HP. He'll die to anything. Ion gets eliminated. So does Yuna. Cypress, a beautiful entry. And the coach even picks up Mav. It's all on Astro now, and he has to retake with the plant already down. Giving away his position on the staircase. And that's a free kill there for Mighty. Elevate take the first round back after that 30 to 40 minute break.
Well, seemed to work out for them. Also just a lot of plays from FaZe. Seemed like maybe they had cooldown. They weren't hitting a lot of their shots. They were peaking maybe a little bit in situations where they didn't have the advantage, and worked out for Elevate. That's going to boost their confidence quite a bit after I imagine is probably a stressful period during that, if there was any potential at a forfeit happening for them. I got to imagine that was pretty hairy to sit there through that. So we'll see. They're going to go to cash again, though, trying to defend that. So we will not see Jim one more time.
Yes, indeed. It'll probably be a continuation of the cash, and they could, correct me if I'm wrong, they could go, no, they can't go basement because they won that one, so they're going to have to go to cash.
Or Jim.
But they're not going to go to Jim, like you said, so.
Yeah. Not going to see that Jim, that amazing, phenomenal Jim defense yet again. They are going to make one adaptation, though, is they're going to, rather than just completely rely on bandit tricking, they're going to bring the Kaid this time that they 6th pick too. And so that is, maybe they're trying to play against the coach in the sense of like, hey, maybe we can bamboozle him.
Yeah. Well, cash defense.
Yep.
They struggled here last time. The wall was opened up really swiftly thanks to the Capital Thermite combination, along with the Thatcher, of course.
Which they're bringing the Capital again off as X-Pick.
Yep, so there's not going to be any chance that Unit can bandit trick this wall unless Elevate mess up really hard.
You know what you can do against him? If you know he's going to be holding that angle, and you can get over to the bedroom, or gym rather, jump out the window and shoot him in the back of the head.
It's totally true. You could kill him. It's a good way to win rounds.
Yeah.
Just eliminate the entire enemy team.
That tends to work, I've found.
Yeah. But it comes down to timing. We did see that something along those lines from Yuna when he got the C4 on the Zofia earlier.
Very true.
Yeah. And the Zofia wasn't banned. I actually was wondering if she was earlier, but nope. Or actually, no. Yes. Yes, it's banned. I don't know why I said wasn't.
It's getting
you know what? It was
hairy here.
I think, you know, as much as FaZe has come back from this rehost a little bit,
yeah,
a little bit off point, might be that I was too. Oh, this is interesting. Astro trying to Kaid from below.
All right, this is new.
So he's going to commit to it. And, oh, Yuna gets one exothermic charge with the Bandit Battery because the timing is indeed off on the Elevate side. The Capital Fireball not placed correctly, and it was the Bandit Battery that saved the first exothermic. The Kaid Electroclaw ultimately not really doing anything there.
Did not work out. That's unfortunate because they could have set it up to where he could have just, you know, Bandit Battery tricked again, but they might have had the Capital actually deny it that time.
Wall open up in garage too, as it should be successful. Astro wondering if it will be. It certainly will be.
Poorly timed.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing a little bit better on the alibi.
Now he doesn't have an Electroclaw to stop that wall from getting opened up either, so he cannot play bottom garage.
His 6th pick just not working out this round, but Cameraman at least sneaking around. He's got a C4 in his pocket. Some drones going to be denied, I imagine, as well. But Yuna's the one taking the brunt of the damage, trying to play upstairs and probably try to fight back against the hole being opened.
Mm-hmm.
So again, a round where HP-wise, advantage to Elevate.
Very much so. Also, positional decision-making from FaZe not been great, to be honest. They're playing very off-site. They've got some C4s, and they're trying to get picks like that. Honestly, that's unfortunate for Elevate, as you shouldn't be giving away picks like that because they know that's been happening every time FaZe defend cash. I'm surprised they're not watching these runouts yet.
I think everyone's kind of focused on doing their individual job, and there goes Zion. Probably could have happened earlier, but nonetheless, it is down. Yuna again with a C4 kill, though, and that is on to the sub coach.
Ion also on the rafters, able to take down Mighty, and he's going to put some damage onto Cypress. This is a very confusing round from Elevate, and Cypress will get an exit kill. He will also be the final as Mav runs out from Garage. So what happened there was that they tried to plant default without clearing Garage.
Yeah. You kind of need to, with the way that FaZe have been playing Garage aggressively, you kind of need to.
So the thing about default behind that server rack is that it is very exposed to the Garage rafters.
It's easy to feel confident in that push because you feel like you've got the room.
So usually what teams will do when they're clearing is that they'll open the Garage like Elevate did. Then they'll kill the person on the rafters like Elevate didn't. And then they'll go in through Garage and the breach and plant default.
You pinch, and then that way you've got access on the doorways. You've got some good crossfires.
Yeah, you can protect your planter instead of your planter being exposed to a Jaeger who's still on rafters.
Yep, not the play. That was a good comeback then from FaZe.
Also, they're not watching, Elevate were not watching the runouts on the south balcony. They weren't watching the workshop window, believe it or not, allowing their Capital to get picked off for free.
Yeah.
So just a kind of a confusing one there from Elevate. FaZe Clan, on the other hand, a decent job, but, you know, of course it is 2-4. It's not over yet.
Well, they've switched sides. Now they're on attack. And Yuna already starting things off interesting. 6th pick from a Finka to a Monty. Interesting choices being made here.
I think it works well with the shield still.
Mm-hmm.
Especially after the ADS time nerf.
Yeah, and it's just too bad he couldn't do both at the same time.
Yeah.
Himself.
Well, this is a good lineup overall for FaZe. Montaigne is a great operator on this site, especially.
Yeah.
I mean, Montaigne's a really powerful operator, period, but here very much so.
If you can push anywhere uncontested in terms of gaining map control, because there's a lot of bottlenecks and you're using the bottlenecks to your advantage. Because as a defender, most of the time bottlenecks work to your advantage, but shields kind of flip that.
Yeah, they do. They do flip that and make it so that as an attacker, you can just force those bottlenecks to just, hey, you know what? Suddenly we have more information than you because we've got somebody calling out where everybody is.
Yeah, you can just stand in the doorway and
pre-fire.
Yeah.
Your teammates are pre-firing behind you. The big counter is, of course, going to be things like your schmats, gas canisters, Legion. You know, you got a lot of choices here.
C4s.
And in this case, we've brought 2 of the hard counters in that Legion and smoke.
Even the impact nades are something that could definitely tickle you a little bit. See, though, how things go is they are looking to be careful here on this push in kitchen, that they're not actually turning into anything just yet. They're a little slow on checking off the boxes in terms of hatches. They're look a little more concerned on getting intel first before opening things up.
Fair enough to FaZe. Just trying to avoid the Kayut Electroclaw tricking there.
Yeah, that's why you see them a lot of times taking a little bit of electricity damage.
Yeah.
It has to do with timing and the EMPs.
Yes, the way that it works is the Electroclaw does not activate as quickly as an exothermic charge detonates. But if you get the Electroclaw down right after the EMP goes off, then it might be a successful Electroclaw trick. They didn't take any risks there. They used 2 EMPs and they started planting in the electricity to just no risk on that drop getting opened up.
And this is where the smokes need to get baited out. Yuna has to play this smart timing-wise because he's got to deal with barbed wire as well. Of course, if he's standing in barbed wire trying to back up through smoke like he is right now, he's going to take a little bit more damage, but honestly, that's not very much. The placement of the canister there was not ideal.
It was a passive placement instead of an aggressive placement, and that's going to allow for Yuna to only take 1 whiff of these 3 gas canisters. And there's still a minute left, so that smoke didn't have a great time holding on to Dirt Tunnel. It is the coach, of course, so you can't be too critical of him, I suppose.
At least he's doing a job.
Yeah. The Legion Trap is going to be on the Monty, but as Ram tries to fall back, he'll be cut off by Astro. Hell's still alive, though, and still holding on. He'll get 1 headshot, but put on low HP, he'll be finished off quickly. Nice damage there on the cross from Ion. That's Zion now on low HP. He's going to have to worry next time he gets into a fight. Astro alone now in Dirt Tunnel as the Montaigne is rotating. But look at the time. He might not even have the time to get to the site. He's trying to go to the drop down so he can go for a plant. Ion pushing into blue. It's not even going to be him to get the kill. It's Astro on a quad kill. He only needs 1 more for the ace, but there's no time to let him have it. Ion gets the final one.
Ion.
Very nearly an ace, but with 5 seconds left, you're not taking that risk.
No, and I almost feel like he deserves a little bit of a, ace.
He was close.
Credit. Yeah.
The IQ could have gotten the ace in theory.
Yeah.
But again, with 5 seconds left, you don't take that risk.
It's difficult, yeah.
So, nice job there. And Astro so close to an ace, but yet didn't happen.
Doesn't matter, though.
This
Still won the round.
Shame we didn't see any of those goals.
Yeah.
Now, 5-2 now for FaZe. And this is going much the way, again, that it was before the rehost. The first round after the rehost, it looked like FaZe were a little shaky, but they have managed to lock it up and start playing as we saw them play earlier.
It's because the coach is playing, and he was like, stop goofing around, guys. We got to win this.
Maybe. Well, he's on the other team. But yeah.
That's true, yeah.
It might be because of the coach playing, but because he's on the other team. I don't know.
That's a good point.
I don't know.
For some reason, I was thinking he was on FaZe.
It's a little thing, I think, in this case.
We'll see how their cash defense goes. It was pretty good for the most part for FaZe, other than that, as you said, that first round when they came back. You're going to see things a little bit different here. Again, the shield coming out from Yuna. Difference for the defenders of Elevate is they're going to bring the Vigil for a little bit of roam play. Should be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Mighty can do the same kind of roam that we saw from FaZe in the first half. Lots of great kills from Cameraman when he was playing Mozzie, roaming over by Billiards and
Astro was putting a lot of pressure on as well.
Yeah. So just general good roaming from FaZe. If Elevate can put up that same kind of pressure, then that's gonna be hard for FaZe to surmount. They do have the Montaigne, of course, again. It's a powerful operator on Clubhouse, and I'm sure they'll be putting it to good use. There is the Legion playing in Garage. So if the Montaigne chooses to go for Rafters, it's going to be a really hard push. You can see.
I think that's important.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. Maybe, yeah, no. Look at that. Astro's actually going to use his gadget to find the Legion traps, call it out to his Montaigne.
Smart.
And that will make the clear a lot easier.
They also have a Thatcher if they can be really smart with the man. Oh, that's not going to help. There goes the hard breach, and I'm not sure that they got anything open just yet.
So, earlier in the first half, I critiqued Elevate for not being aware of these very basic runouts and peeks outside that we were seeing from the roamers. And now you got to critique FaZe as well because they've just lost one of their primary hard breachers, like you said.
That's going to have to be a Monty push. I think it's going to have to be a hard push. Now they at least can use the EMPs to clear the Legion traps, but that is a hard push to make. You've got to have really good support and timing, possibly from some flanks.
Well, now there's the refrag, so at least there's that from Astro. Montaigne making calls on the player that he saw by Garage, rotating to Lounge, but Astro does not secure the kill onto Mighty there. Does a little bit of damage, though, so it's not the end of the world if you're FaZe. One player still alive on the rafters, and he will eat some damage from Mav and not be down, surprisingly. So a few missed shots there from the L85.
Mid boogie a little bit, but yeah, he's still got enough health here to continue to generate goo mines in his magic pocket. And that will certainly help things out here as one hits Una. But you know what? He's like, I don't care. I'm going to play shot roulette because you've got such low health, and somehow loses.
Not a single shot hit there for the Montaigne.
Oh, wow.
That was just about as bad as it could have been for Una. Maybe
Knifes him in the foot, too.
Yeah. Well, there goes the coach, getting the Montaigne kill, very influential. And as Astro pushes up the stairs, he does not check for the prone player. So now suddenly, Elevate have the advantage. Nice shot there from Mav, making up for his mistakes earlier in the round. Hits a Legion trap, though, and doesn't check for the Bandit, so he'll get down by Zion, who has 2 kills in this round. Ion now going up the stairs once more. A very hard angle to push. He's doing his best. He knows there's a Bandit to the right. He just doesn't know where. It's unlikely he's going to check the angle at the right moment, but who knows? He might just. Looking down the hallway, sees one. Doesn't know about the other, though, right next to him. Will he check for it? No. Zion wins it, a 3K, and Elevate keeps this round and this match going.
What a chain of mistakes.
From FaZe, yeah. The miss there from Mav at to start things off. The failure by the Thermite to account for the billiards window peak, and then the Montaigne going for a pure hip fire instead of just shooting him, or just pushing him. Maybe a teammate to assist. You get right up close to a Legion, I guarantee you. He's a coach. I think he'll stand up, and if he stands up, then Mav's gonna land the follow-up shot. No matter how you look at that, though.
Yeah.
As you said, a series of mistakes.
Unfortunate for FaZe, but they're still up 2 points. But they gotta think. We cost ourselves that round. Unfortunately,
they did. They certainly did.
Elevate, though, at least capitalizing on it. But that was pretty close for Elevate. Playing.
It took
the mistakes.
It took a lot of mistakes for Elevate to capitalize.
You saw some of those shots being hit though by FaZe, and that was really keeping things even.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is FaZe were keeping themselves alive by just landing shots.
Yeah.
And then Elevate were keeping themselves alive because they, eventually they started really punishing FaZe.
The mistakes caught up with them.
Yeah.
First
also,
one on the Thermite.
Also, yeah, exactly. There was that really early pick from Mighty. You got to give him credit for that.
Yeah, that's things emotion.
But that is, again, that's another mistake from FaZe.
Absolutely.
So it's, yeah.
Yeah, what can you do? It's one round, guys. We'll win this. It's fine. We only got to win 2 more. I'm sure they're thinking that, But they're going to, again, stick with you on the shield.
Yeah. 4 rounds later.
Well, one track mind here for FaZe, hopefully now, in terms of them actually focusing, not making so many goofs.
I'm sure they're focused. It's just, not working out great.
Yeah, that's true.
Of course they are winning. Now, 5-3. Still Montaigne being brought by Una. You could accuse RNG, too.
I could, yes.
Because Una's hip fires did not land.
But you have to make the choice to roll those dice.
Yeah. Might have been the right call to just aim down sides. Interesting that Mighty is proning there because, so that roam I've seen before, it's trying to avoid the drones. But you can get on the desk so that they don't see your foot. Oh. I think they saw his foot.
Yeah, they're definitely looking for him here. You see Astro just waiting for him to try and make a move. Drone here to start to help
They know.
things. Yep.
See, that's the thing. He could have been on the desk, and then the drone wouldn't have seen him. I've seen that done before, and I'm surprised that the Jaeger's not going to commit to that.
He might not know.
He might not know, yeah. Well, his lack of knowledge is going to result in him being pinned in a corner. There is no retreat for this Jaeger. He has to just win a gunfight or stay alive for a ridiculous amount of time. Odds are he can win a gunfight, though, given his position and his gun. He'll get one. The thermite gone. That's a hard breacher gone. And a second. Mighty just laying it out for FaZe, saying, sorry, you're going to have to try harder than that. Full HP, still holding a tight angle. He's looking for the third, and he gets it. Mighty cannot be stopped. A triple kill, and FaZe are falling apart right now. Mav finally shuts him down, and Yuna contributes, ADSing, I assume, onto Hell and getting a kill elsewhere. But it looks like this match is going to keep going.
Yeah, Thatcher and Monty left to try and push this. Not a great combo.
It doesn't seem likely. There's no hard breach. Wall's not going to get opened up. Legion's still in place, so the Montaigne's going to have a hard time. Gas canister's still in place, so the Montaigne's going to have a hard time.
If FaZe win this, it's only due to Elevate making even more mistakes.
Yeah, and Moto drop's not opened up, which means that FaZe are going to have a hard time because the defenders are going to be playing in Moto. Yep, there
they are.
This might be a pick for Mav, to be fair, but no, he gets away. C4 goes out. It doesn't do any damage. Gas canisters coming out, do a little bit of damage. Default cam finally done away with. Mav is going to have to be really on point. He is basically the make or break it right now for the attackers. You can't push down the hallway very easily because of the shield.
He's got 3 EMPs, though. He could clear out some moves for his teammate.
I was about to say the exact same thing. Would have been smart for him to use these EMPs there, but he's trying to be focused on hitting the shots. Yuna hits one, gets a second. Yuna's going big. He almost takes down the last one. It's the coach. He's got smokes and he's gonna try and plant. The smoke himself moving to main stairs. The coach in a 1 versus 1. Will he deny it? No, he doesn't deny it. And he doesn't hit the knife either. Yuna's about to clutch in this 1 versus 1. There's no gas canisters left on the smoke. That is evident by the way he's playing. And he's just been isolated. He can't retake to the diffuser. This is a terrible embarrassment for Elevate. Beautiful pistol play from Yuna. And FaZe are gonna give us match point, and yes, unless Yuna does something amazingly stupid. Let's just watch it out. Let's just watch this die.
Oh, the bait.
He doesn't have time. He's run out of time. Great job to Yuna. Salvaging that round. You said it. You said it. In order for Elevate to lose that round, Elevate has to make way more mistakes than we saw FaZe make, and they did.
Here's one thing I would change, is I would put the Benny Hill theme on the jukebox in the club.
Dun, 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 dun.
It got a little bit wacky there towards the end. Yuna just, like, you know what? F this, I'm going in. I'm just going to ADS. I like how he didn't even un-ADS. He's like, I'll just keep shooting.
He's committed.
He's like, you know what? If I don't win this, I don't win this, but I'm going to keep shooting.
Yeah, Yuna, okay, all of it aside, everybody take a step back and some praise to Yuna, please.
Absolutely.
Some praise to Yuna. He clutched up hard.
It wasn't his mistakes that round that almost cost his team. He did his work.
He was just moving from target to target with his pistol.
Yeah.
And he made it happen. I guess Elevate assumed he was harmless.
They were focused on Mav.
Whatever the case be.
Yeah.
Great job to Yuna.
All right.
And oof.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yuna coming back out again. At least he made up for the previous round.
Yeah, the hip fire against the coach.
This time he ADS.
The 1 versus 1 against the coach twice as the Montaigne.
That
this time he wins it.
I gotta imagine.
Yeah,
like, I hate you, Yuna. He's like, we're banning shields from now on. Every time.
We're not allowed to play against Montaigne anymore, guys. I've learned my lesson the hard way.
You guys, banning Zofia was not the play.
All right, so basement defense. Doesn't look like Mighty's going to be roaming in the office anymore.
No.
So they won't have to deal with that.
Wow, a 3K, though, from that.
I know.
I like how they have an IQ right there, but they push with the thermite instead.
I know.
And not even at the same time.
And then the Habana comes up the angle alone. The most funny thing to me is that they've got Montaigne, man. Just move your Montaigne.
Nice.
And you don't risk anything if you push the Montaigne in. Because he can't. A Jaeger is not going to beat the Montaigne in that fight.
Hey, you know what? They won that round.
You get a backup player. Anyway, moving on. We're almost a minute into this round. Hell's going to do a little bit of damage to Astro, who is looking to do some back, but Hell's fallen back. He's going to the site. He's not taking any risks.
Well, they've already ruined our chances of getting an all 7-2 night, unfortunately.
Oh, darn.
They goofed it.
Oh, I just realized that this isn't the last match of the day.
Yeah.
Because those rehosts really, they threw off my timing.
A couple of matches in our heads.
Yeah. Wait, is this the second or the third?
Third.
Oh, third.
Close
okay.
call, right? You were getting a little worried.
I was like, wait a minute.
Wait.
Because, I don't know, there's a long one.
Yeah.
2 players at the top of New Blue. Montaigne in front, so he's not going to let them do anything. And Mav's trying to punish. He will. Mighty goes down from behind. Well, you said the impacts earlier. You said they tickle. And the Montaigne ate a little bit of that, but...
he wasn't the one laughing. It was Mav from behind there that was at the end.
Yeah, good job to Montaigne calling that out. Yuna's been doing a great job on this operator.
He knows his role.
He does.
It's funny, too, because he is the planter generally, and it's usually on Thermite, but he's still the planter on Monty.
Yeah. Astro looking for the angle. He would have found it if he was a little bit more aggressive there, but he didn't. Hell gets away scot-free, and, well, Elevate's still in this, all things considered, despite losing Mighty early on. Ooh.
Close call. Astro had already taken damage earlier, so that wasn't from that engagement, but still.
Definitely could have been another one for FaZe, though. Just a missed shot.
Well, you know what? It still pushed them back, and that's what Yuna's going to continue to capitalize off. Looks like he could go for a dirt push potentially. At least he's got the drone from there.
It does appear to be a dirt push right now. Hell, what are you doing, man? He's pushing up again. Zion takes down Ion, and as Hell pushes up through New Blue, he's actually found the flank. Astro went somewhere else entirely. He was holding this, and he left. The plant going down. Yuna might be able to stick it, but from behind, there's going to be a troublemaker. That's the Vigil. Astro gets a 2-piece. The drop down might be open, though, so this is going to be a really tricky plant. Yes, it is. Above is Hell, and he could stop this outright if he wants to, if he times his drop correctly. There it is, but Mav catches him, allowing Astro to plant. Now it's just Cypress, his position known. We've got Astro on low HP, but so is Cypress. This is it for the match. It could be FaZe locking it out if Astro plays this right. C4 goes wide, doesn't land on his opponent. He doesn't seem to know, but he's got to peek their tunnel. It's going to be Astro and FaZe taking it home in a 7-3.
That was impressively close of a round, though. That flank was such a good flank, and just not being able to get the kill as Vigil right there. Very unfortunate for him, but overall, FaZe, with a few little goofs there, but maybe a few more coming out from Elevate, just enough to close this out. Especially Mighty's play in Office, and then somehow that ending up being a Monty ADS win. That was not the round anyone would have predicted in any shape or form.